SeatGeek, tickets, sporting events, SeatGeek, concerts, awesome deals, view from seat, SeatGeek, save money, first purchase, my code, SeatGeek, my code, SeatGeek. Last night, the Warriors outlasted the Trailblazers, and while it felt like a traditional shootout, the game turned on a crucial 15-2 run to start the fourth quarter, centered on some good old-fashioned hard-nosed defense. The Blazers shot 1 for 10 with 2 turnovers in this stretch, and that was pretty much the game. The man responsible for the turned-up defense is none other than Draymond Green, the Warriors forward who has led them on the defensive end for several seasons. I want to go through some key plays from Game 1 and show you subtle and not so subtle things he does to make his teammates into an elite defensive unit and will likely propel him to winning Defensive Player of the Year. Early in the first, with Draymond guarding Harkless, he is switched onto Lillard off the pick and roll. I love how he keeps his arms out. He's got a crazy long wingspan, and when Lillard tries to explode by him, he can cut him off and rise up to contest the shot into a miss. This play would have been perfect had he sprinted back into position before letting Lillard get the layup, but nobody's perfect. Remember that the game plan is to stop Lillard and McCollum from shooting, so Draymond is going to shadow CJ and invite this skip pass to his man in the corner. Draymond probably knows Harkless is way below average from the corners, but hustles to contest this just enough. Remember, the game plan is to get anyone but CJ and Dane to shoot it. Draymond sags way off one pass away, practically begging Lillard to pass it to Harkless. Eventually, he shadows the Turner drive and gets the pass to Harkless for another brick from the corner on a good contest. On this possession, Draymond is sniffing out the play and calls it out to his teammates, letting Curry know his man is going to come off a pin down. Watch how he moves in position to potentially help on the flare screen, then gets from the free throw line to the restricted area in time to block this shot by Crabbe, saving a surefire 2 points. The play continues and he's right back in position as the pick and roll materializes. Great contest by Draymond, but a foul by Iggy. It got a little surreal in the middle of the third when Klay makes a back pass to no one. But watch how Draymond covers Lillard at the three-point line, then turns and runs to protect the rim on this crazy block of a Vonleh dunk attempt. Very few players exert this much concentrated effort and can also finish the play without being whistled for the foul. This also got the crowd whipped up and more often than not inspires his teammates to raise their defensive game as well. When you watch him defend guards, it makes you question why the other team ever screens the ball with his man. The Warriors can just switch it, knowing Draymond can handle just about any guard on the perimeter. This was great defense, but CJ just had something special going on last night. Watch how he jumps the gap to get around this screen beautifully. Then quickly jump switches on the handoff, pushing Crabbe a step higher than he wanted to be. He then jumps back to give Klay a lane to sprint through, leaving Draymond as a center fielder on the weak side. He bumps down on penetration, then an all-out effort to close out and contest the three-pointer. By guarding Aminu, Draymond can effectively guard the whole Blazers team. He'll completely ignore him and say a hallelujah every time Chief jacks up one of these shots. Again, he can rove around while guarding Aminu, and you can see on this closeout that he's not interested in challenging the shot. He slides his feet very well, riding Aminu along the lane line. Watch how he keeps his right hand up and out so as not to foul. Aminu is left to throw up this horror story of a shot. Draymond was the main catalyst during this 15-2 run that started the fourth, and if Portland plays lineups that allow Green to guard Harkless, we'll continue to see the offense get blown up. Out of horns, watch how Green will ignore Harkless at the elbow to shadow the cutter, begging Portland to give it to him. He recovers when Harkless cuts, but then becomes a center in the zone practically. When the Blazers' spacing gets bad, Iguodala can guard 2 players at once, Harkless can't make this layup on the drive, and watch how Draymond continues to fight even after getting pushed in the back, and when the ball gets loose and into CJ's possession, just a phenomenal block to not only stop the shot, but knock it off of CJ for a turnover. Wow. More blatant ignoring of Harkless to help on the cut. Then watch how he makes Iguodala a better defender by shadowing at the block. The ball gets kicked out because there's nowhere to go, and Draymond steps up on this drive to block the shot and cause a loose ball. The shot clock never resets, and it's his efforts here that force the turnover. With the game in the balance, the Blazers catch Durant out of position on the screen and roll. So watch Draymond take off in a full sprint to get to the rim first, get up in the air, and perfectly block this. This directly leads to a fast break where Steph eventually finds Durant on the handoff for the little inside hand layup. People wanted to argue this was a foul, but Draymond goes straight up and is entitled to his position even when he's in the air. There is contact, but it's initiated by Lillard on his ill-advised dunk attempt, so this is a clean play on. On this pick and roll, watch how he hangs back for an extra beat before exploding up into a double team. This forces CJ to rush, and Klay is able to knock it off of Portland and get the ball back. Late in the game, he's involved in another pick and roll. Again, the Warriors just switch these. CJ does his best to get around him, but simply can't. Again, he keeps his hands out and away from his man so as not to commit a foul, and CJ is forced to give it up when Draymond swallows him up. He switches again for his third man in the possession and gets caught reaching in but does a good job to recover before Turner gets to the rim. However, he gets too handsy and fouls him on the shot. So there you have it, sports fans. It's not to say Draymond was perfect and stopped every single drive and shot at the hoop. There were instances where he got scored on for sure, but this level of effort, communication, and intelligence is rare and is the main ingredient to what makes the Warriors so good. While Steph, KD, and Klay might get all the headlines and highlights, make no mistake that Draymond is the guy who I'd pick first if the NBA had a company picnic and we decided to choose up sides and play pickup all afternoon.